Well, Kyle, go ahead and take us into the next segment, dude. Go ahead. What is our what's the burning question on your mind this week, dude? Wait, you scrolled past it. I had you perfectly situated. There you go.
Sorry. Yeah, I was jumping again. Okay, question. If we had to choose one crippling addiction, like or gambling, sex addiction, etc., that we could never cure, what would you choose and why? And one little fun footnote for this,
Okay.
I'm going to add a little ground rule. Whatever addiction we choose, we must act on this addiction every day, no matter what. So if you pick, you have
There's
to
no
smoke.
like we're lifers.
Right. So if you pick, you have to smoke every day, hypothetically. Okay.
Okay.
So that should be taken into account when choosing your crippling addiction.
Okay. Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
I think yeah. What would you choose?
Okay. All right. Fuck, I'm really on the spot right now. Okay. I think it's going to be for sure, because I think when you break it down by category, objectively, right? Gambling addiction is just straight poverty. Like, you get nothing out of that except some like drinks at the table. Mm-hmm. There's no like fun to be had. You're not making memories while gambling. Like, you're sitting there degenerately hoping that the number goes up in your bank account or your pocket or whatever it may be. Right. Sex addiction, I think, is kind of brutal because like, you can't ever have like a decent relationship.
Well, and if you have to act on it every day,
Shorty's not gonna be down for that.
I'm sure there's gonna be days.
Mm-hmm. She's not gonna be down.
Yeah, so cheat. that one is legally a risky path.
Wait, what? What do you mean legally?
You have to act on it every day.
I feel like your mind's going to a very different place than mine. I'm thinking like, yo, I just go jack off. Like what do you mean legally I'm at risk? Like what
Does that count? Does that count? All right, fine.
I mean,
fine. I guess that counts fine.
Where's your mind going right now?
I thought that one was going to be a really bad option because,
Well, I mean, sex addicts don't have it every day. Like,
no.
You just gotta get yourself to the finish line.
I think there's also addicts that don't have every day.
Hard disagree.
You think?
Hard disagree. If I'm a smoker and I can't just jack off to get the same result. If I'm a sex addict with no sex, I can just jack off and like get it.
Sure.
That's the one advantage a sex addict has. Like, if dude, imagine if you could just press a button or like stroke your elbow the right way and start tweaking off or something. Like, that would be beautiful. But we can't. We just have to do the real thing every time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, regardless, my pick would probably be for sure. Because listen, is something that like, at least in my personal experience, I feel like I'm the most functional on out of the that I've done, right? Obviously, I've never done like other shit, but I feel like I'm the most functional on. And like, yeah, I'm not as functional as I am sober on it, but I can still get stuff done. Like, if I'm taking every day, I'm not doing shit. If I'm getting drunk every day, I'm not doing shit. If I'm trying to fuck every day, I'm not doing shit. If I'm gambling every day, even if I'm doing shit, I'm blowing all the money. So, like, blow is an expensive one, but I feel like I could still function. I'm also not going to say because I feel like weed is cheating.
Well, that's not really,
I feel like cop out.
Because there's arguments that's not an addiction. You absolutely can argue it is, but you can't really argue isn't an addiction.
Yes, yes. So I would pick because it wears off quickly, so I can kind of time it better. It's expensive, but it doesn't like cloud my mental that much, I guess, if I need to get something done.
Right.
And if I had to function on it every day, I think that's the most realistic thing. Like, psych aren't going to work for me.
Yeah.
Aren't going to work for me. Alcohol is definitely not going to work for me. So like, dude, addiction it is, I guess.
I think I'd be similar. I'd definitely probably also choose especially just because you're like, if it's something you're doing every day, your body will like almost like no matter what you choose, if you're doing it every single day, your body will adapt pretty well. So I think I would do similar. I would do and similar path, but I think I would go. Now I have like pros and cons with that one. Like I have issues sleeping, for example, with yeah. But while there's there's definitely cons to that one. Like I have trouble sleeping. I also, like you said, I have very clear-minded, can get a lot of shit done, and just feel like my thoughts are like more organized and stuff with that. So I would choose it, even though that's kind of a double-edged sword. I feel like, yeah.
Damn. I mean, I feel like it's a much more disruptive thing to do.
Right. Like it ruins your appetite, ruins your sleeping, but also you lock in. You focus.
Did you ever have an Addy script yourself?
Yeah. I have like pretty severe ADHD and it's diagnosed. And so yeah, I've had and several like alternatives to it. The main problem for me is I'm already really skinny and it ruined my appetite and my sleep. So I was up longer and eating less, and it was not working for me. But I was very locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit works, dude.
It works. There's just sucky side effects. Yeah.
That's why I didn't pick, because I hate the side effects. Like I enjoy being on. I feel like I could be on all day and be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'd fucking hang myself, dude. I hate how that shit makes me feel.
Yeah, just like, but also from a financial standpoint, like, it's expensive as fuck. Isn't like dirt cheap, but at the same time, you can get it prescribed, covered by insurance, and then one covers you for the day. You know? Whereas you probably have to do several times throughout the day.
Numerous.
Yeah.
Once an hour.
Once an hour.
I think bare minimum.
Yeah.
Once an hour. Okay. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Let me flip it around, I guess. What do you think's the worst addiction to have? Like, what's like the absolute rock bottom addiction? Like, I'd trade it for anything else.
Like, probably, like, outside of, because I would say
just everything in general.
I
you
would
can pick
say
a drug,
just like, but outside of,
Okay.
I'd probably say like gambling.
I was going to say gambling myself.
Right. Because I want to pick outside of just because, for variety and answer, I'd pick gambling. But I mean, on paper, the absolute worst addiction would be. Yeah.
See, I feel like gambling is by far the worst because, like, when you gamble, you're not getting any sort of like high or like real rush or anything. You might get a rush when you win or like place a bet, but like you're not getting like actually high, and you're throwing a lot of money at it either way. And like if you lose, obviously you just lose money and get nothing out of it. But if you win, for pretty much every gambling addict, you're not really winning. You're just recouping the money you already lost before.
Does last night's blackjack session have anything to do with your answer?
No. No, I mean, I think just in general, gambling addiction is horrible. Yeah, I
got
a
rough blackjack.
I was really
session.
drunk. I was fucked up last night. I was high as fuck. I think I had even drank a little bit, like vaguely. And I played some blackjack online. I was on Discord with Kyle, and I was like, dude, what if I just play blackjack right now? And of course, Kyle gaslit me. He was like, yeah, dude, I'd love to watch.
I just said I'd watch if you did.
I'd love to watch. Yep. So of course, I fucking let him watch me play blackjack, and I lit $500 on fire like immediately.
Yeah,
it's rigged though.
It is. Yeah, it is. I was it wasn't a sober decision of mine at all. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, gambling addiction is the worst thing ever, bro. Like, I think being a gambling addict, you can never really win because like every time you win, you're just gonna go back and chase a bigger win and just lose the money.
Yep.
That is by far the shittiest addiction.
No, gambling is a sucky.
That addict is high as fuck every day. That boy gets something out of it.
Also, I tend like I notice a trend with gambling addicts. They all eventually just end up doing slot machines. You know, like they'll start out, yeah, I like blackjack, I like baccarat, whatever. It all just turns into slot machines as they get older, and then it just, yeah, then it's just the most depressing form.
Then
of
it gets
gambling
sadder.
too. Yeah,
It just gets worse.
because you are not winning that. You are really just taking
Slots
a shot
are
in the dark
objectively the
with
worst thing to
slots.
play.
Right. There's no skill there. You're just putting your money in and closing your eyes.
But I don't know. I almost feel like it's so rigged at the casinos that nowadays, like, everything's fucked, bro. You know, I feel like, I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
At least you have the illusion that you have some control over blackjack.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the slot, you don't even get that illusion. You are genuinely closing your eyes and crossing your
Baccarat or
fingers.
bust, dude. Baccarat or bust. It's the greatest fucking game. It's the greatest fucking game.